Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. This is Amber again, here with another video on painting. And basically I am going to be showing you guys what I do with flowers that I piped previously for like another art project and ended up having it left over. So here I am going to be showing you, as I tried to follow along with a color palette that I showed you, it didn't quite turn out the way I would have liked. But as you know, not everything does, and you just got to get on with life anyways. So I decided to share it anyways. And here I am trying to create a background, and I already put some water on the canvas, which I think was a mistake, and I went too dark with the canvas background. I really like to use my palette knife here and smooth things out. It's really fun for me, and then I usually go in with a brush to do the edges and really smooth it out if I need to. So I used white, warm gray, and titanium buff, if I remember correctly, by Sennelier as my background. And I could have gone for something with a bit more color. Not everything you make is amazing, and this is just one of those that was a learning experience for me, because I really learned I don't understand too much about color theory, and that's actually what led me to coming up with my own formula for how to create a bouquet that works and looks beautiful every time. And I will be sharing a more in-depth video about my formula shortly. I am working on several projects right now that I'm really excited about, and that will be one of them. I already have a video up where I follow my formula, but it doesn't come across as clearly as I would have liked. Therefore, I will be writing a step-by-step video, I'll be sharing more in depth about my formula, and it will be listed as a step-by-step guide. And I would really like to create a downloadable formula chart for you guys to fill in if you're a beginner at making bouquets and you're still just a little, it's just meant to be training wheels. It's not going to probably create the masterpieces that you tend to make when you're completely in the zone and you're just doing what you do best, but it will help you get a little bit better at feeling comfortable using the tools, using the color theories and the composition ideas and things like that. It's just meant as a starter, and it's got some elements to it such as like a choose your own journey type of thing. So you choose from each step and then you move forward, and it's very malleable, and it's just meant to be a very nice guide for beginners. So I'm really excited to share more about that. And then I will be creating several videos where I follow that formula and show you the variety of ways it can be used. So again, very exciting for me. I'm feeling very inspired, and I am just in love with my process, and oh, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. And of course, I always love watching my videos and doing voiceovers of this part right here. The paint mixing, still one of my favorites. It happens so fast too when I'm doing it. You know, my art is over so fast. I always look back and I go, well, where did the time go? I wasn't ready to be done. And that's part of the reason I love to do big projects. But as you know, big projects require big money, and that's not what I have right now. So if y'all can help me blow up this channel, you can expect some bigger projects, though. Psst, psst, tell your friends. I just have so many ideas all of the time, and it is so wonderful. And I think having a YouTube channel is a wonderful way to share the ideas, because you know, sometimes they're successful and sometimes they're not so successful, but I really enjoy the process of doing things, and I love the learning, and I love when I make something bad and I can really go, but why? Why is it bad? Why don't I like this? And then I just start looking at all the contributing factors, and I go, well, do I like this aspect? Yes or no? And then I just keep going along until I find the problem, and then I go, okay, how can I be better? All right, what do I need to know that's really going to open up this world of opportunity and ideas that I wasn't even aware of before? And you know, that's just, it's really delightful for me. I mean, not every day, of course, you know. I definitely have my moments where I'm just so sad because I'm like, ugh, I make thing after thing and it's all ugly and I'm so tired of it. You know, I think every creative deals a lot with the not so good side of the creativity, because on one hand you've got joy and delight and just top of the world feelings, and on the other side you have got every single depressive thought, hate, whatever, you know. And so learning to experience those in a way that doesn't hurt you, either in the present or in the long term, is, I think, a life skill that everyone, especially creatives, need to practice more. And y'all, I have the opportunity to deepen my practice with this frequently. So I know it's not easy, and I know it's also extremely important. And you know, I show you guys the stuff, even the stuff I'm not super proud of, because I like it when other people show me their authentic self. And I know it can be extremely encouraging when you see other people fail and still survive and still thrive and still find success. And you know, I don't know if I have more negative self-talk than average people. I doubt it. So I'm just gonna assume that a lot of us deal with the stuff that I deal with. And it can get pretty negative inside my head sometimes. So, you know, it's good to know the strategies and ideas and practices that help you get out of the funk and still be okay, you know? Give yourself a moment, be down, feel your feelings, and then move on. Create weird stuff. Like I have this painting coming up that I'm going to show you guys. It basically started out as a chaos painting because I was feeling sad for no frickin' reason. Seriously, couldn't find a damn reason. I just went, okay, my body is sad, whatever, let's keep it moving. I decided to make a weird chaos painting. I used paint scraps. I used old flowers that I've had for months that were like big or fancy or special in some way that I really just couldn't commit to how I wanted to use them. And so I pulled out a big canvas and I just started putting things on there. And it's actually really, really fun. And I'm super excited to show you guys. And it's pretty exciting because it's one of the first videos that I decided to film when I got my new phone, which I just got last week. I'm so excited. My husband decided we needed new phones, and he ordered phones for us, and then we went on a trip, and his phone got wet, and he couldn't use it. So for a week, we had to share a phone, which he drives in Italy, and we don't speak the language, so you really cannot afford to be driving out and about without a cell phone. So I didn't even have a cell phone for like a week. I said, I think his phone got wind that he's getting a new one and just decided to dip out. So I'm so thankful we got new phones, and they're amazing. Amazing. I didn't think I was really an old person, but I start to feel like it here and there. And one of the reasons is I just went from an S8 phone to an S22. And that's a big jump. I used to be the kind of person who would go from, maybe like a 6 to an 8 or a 5 to an 8. But man, we skipped like 8 years, 9 years. It was a while that I've had the same phone, and cameras have come a long way. And I'm so happy to be getting better footage for you. And it's so much more fun to edit videos that are beautiful. Let's be honest, man. So there's a lot to be having a good time about. And I'm just working on editing a whole bunch of stuff for you guys. And I really love to read your comments and provide you a better experience as a watcher. I received some wonderful feedback last week, and I'm just so excited because I'm working on it and I'm getting better. And I'm so excited. I love making these super cute little twiggy type of things. The little swirly stuff. Oh my gosh, it's just so whimsical, and I love whimsy. It's so damn cute. It's so cute. I love it, man. I think I also could have gone for a bit of a more saturated green color in the background, and then the twigs could have been lighter. Not twigs, vines. I think that might have helped the painting, but to be honest, I'm honestly just a little bit confused. I think all the values were just not far enough apart. I don't think there was enough contrast in the painting overall. I think that's why I didn't like it, but I can't be too sure. But I actually gave it away, and the lady who chose it, so I volunteer at a thrift store on base here in Italy, and I was running out of space to hang new art pieces, so I took a few of them and I took them to the thrift store and I gave them away. And the lady who chose this one, she loves it. She said a lot of nice things about it, and sometimes I've learned some of the paintings that I find least attractive to me, people actually really love them. Specific people have specific styles. So even if I don't like my paintings, I try to share them, because you never know who is going to love the thing you made, So I don't really indulge myself in, too much self-hate or, privacy about bad paintings, because I just think it doesn't really benefit anyone, especially me. And I just try to be vulnerable and share with you guys what mistakes I make, or maybe you don't see it as a mistake. Maybe it's something that's helpful for you, or maybe it's something you do want to avoid. It doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, I don't have a reputation as a super specific artist to protect. That just seems like baloney. So, I just try to be pretty relaxed about it and share whatever I can. And of course, this part is always so fun. Here I'm using one of my favorite tips. I think it's called a 1M. I don't have the tip with me right now, but I use it all the time. Not in every video in the past, but the ones that I've been making lately, I use it every single painting because it works beautifully to create that background flower. That's going to be the wet paint that I set the dry flowers into, because then it acts like a glue and it holds everything together beautifully. And at this point, I can start adding in the dry flowers. Woohoo! I had some sunflowers, I had some red roses, and then I had some little pink rosettes. And you can make roses obviously with like a petal tip, which is how that red one is made that's sitting in the center, or you can use that 1M tip that I'm using to put the background flowers on, and if you just do a swirl like that, you'll get that really cute little rosette. And you know, it's up to you how you want to interpret what a rose is going to look like in your painting. You have complete freedom. But they both look like roses, but they look nothing alike. So when you're looking for different levels of texture and different ways to apply texture into your painting, that's definitely something to consider. And then you can see me struggling to peel the sunflower off in the background. So when you use acetate, sometimes what happens is the edges of the paint seal down really, really firmly on the acetate, and so you just need to break the seal. But with the sunflower, I had so many little petals that had all sealed individually, and I just couldn't seem to get underneath it because my nails are really short because I bite them. And I just couldn't quite get it to loosen up the way I usually do. So, you know. Yes, acetate works. Do you have to fight it a little bit sometimes? Yeah, but it comes off. You just have to get under that seal. And if your nail doesn't work, or it's too difficult, just use a skinny little palette knife and you can just wiggle it right in there and it'll work just perfect. And the red you can see underneath this darker red is actually they're old strawberries that I used from a project that I made a while ago. The strawberry or the berry box statue that I made, it's one of my favorite creations I've made, and unfortunately it was during a time when I was very overwhelmed and I had given myself permission to just make art and not worry about filming it for YouTube. And I really wish I would have filmed it because it's such a beautiful and fun and unique project. But I did share the video where I went and added a string of ants to it. So that's a pretty fun video if you're interested in seeing that. There's just so much you can do with this paint, you know? It's such a variety of things. It's really cool. But anyways, whenever I make roses, I love to use mounds of either paint that I pipe specifically in a shape to make certain roses, and I actually have a video coming up that I'm working on where I'm going to show you start to finish how I pipe roses, and it's a multi-step process. But sometimes I just like to use paint scraps of random stuff that I have, like the strawberries that were a nice shape for this. So, you know, there's a variety of ways to do a lot of things, and here you're just seeing one of them. Yeah, this is a problem I've been having. And And with my new phone, the frame is, I think, wider is the term. So I actually have way more space to actually film in. So if my hands are going off camera or something like that, it actually doesn't go way out of frame and is invisible to you guys. That's something I've been struggling with because my other phone, it wasn't very good quality, so either I could be close to the painting or I could be up higher and show more of my hands. And with my new phone, I don't have that problem. So my videos are way, way cooler. I feel so fancy. I feel so high tech because I'm learning how to do better YouTube edits. I'm learning how to shoot better videos. I'm using my microphone to record this now. I mean, that is high tech for me, especially if you know that I grew up Mennonite. I didn't even, have access to technology until about 16 when I had a secret cell phone that got found out, and then my parents took it away, and then, I had several after that, and, they kept taking them when they found out and stuff like that. Chaotic times, but I live way more freely now, and it's a lot more fun for me. I like freedom. It just has a feel about it that I like. But yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I've taught myself to do a lot of things, and I've learned a lot from a lot of people, and that's part of the reason I have this YouTube channel, is because I've just learned so much, and I wanted to be able to give back. And painting on YouTube and showing you guys what I do is a very good way for me to be doing that, and I just love it. And I love when you guys tell me how you feel about stuff so that I can make improvements, or I can keep doing what I'm doing, or you ask for a specific flower so then I can do a specific flower. It's all very fun. And of course, I love the idea of getting money from YouTube. Man, wouldn't that just be the coolest? Because then, the things I could do with more money. I could make way more art, like fancy, next level, giant canvases, like covered in roses or covered in flowerscapes or anything I can think of, dream of. And if I had more money, I would make a lot more linen clothes, because linen's kind of expensive and I can't really afford it. But I love to wear me some linen, especially here in Italy where it gets hot in the summertime. Dude, linen is nice. But I do have a lot of fabric right now, so I actually have plans. I have a booklet. I have plans written out. I took a snippet of each fabric and I drew out a sketch for what I intend to do with each thing. And so I am working my way through that. So I'm creating myself one of my goals for this next year is that I want to have a much more beautiful wardrobe that's like effortless and easy and just feels like me. And one of my things, or one of my strategies for getting there, is I will be sewing a lot of my own clothes, and I already do that, but I'm going to be sewing a lot more because I've gotten so much better at pattern making. I've gotten so much better at sewing. And I just feel like I deserve to have clothes from my latest skill set. And I am just working on a bunch of stuff all of the time, all day, every day. I'm a busy person. And my husband says sometimes I make him tired with all of my constant plans, ideas, implementations, and things like that. But I just think it's a good way to live. So it's good I have YouTube, because then at least that's an outlet for some of my energy. And I definitely get to talk a lot. I didn't think that I was much of a talker, but y'all, I talk so much on this YouTube channel now, and there's just no denying it. I guess I just love to talk. Sometimes you just can't deny it any longer. But I'm wearing a beautiful dress that I made. I guess I should insert a picture here, huh? Maybe I'll find a picture of me wearing it and set it up on here. Sorry, put it up on the screen here. And then you can see it, because it's one of my latest creations, and it's really pretty, and I love it, and it feels so nice. I wear it so much. Oh, and yesterday I practiced my hand at piping marshmallow, because I've seen a bunch of cool videos showing how to do that, and it is not as easy as they make it look. And also, it was my very first time doing it, so of course it probably wouldn't be, you know, like the professionals, but I have high expectations all of the time, so you know. It is what it is. But some of them turned out really well, and so I watched a video and I looked up blogs and I said, okay, how can I do this better next time? And I already have a bunch of ideas, so I might do more marshmallow piping too. That might be fun. And what else? I'm just working on a lot of different paintings. I've got a tutorial coming out on how to do sunflowers. I'm making a tutorial for garden roses. And I think the garden roses will be wrapped up within the video of a certain painting. So I'm trying to keep things organized and put the tutorial within the same painting video. If you guys don't like that format and you really want me to just do like a 10-minute tutorial where I just walk you through a specific flower, I can definitely do that. I just want to know what you guys prefer before I start posting those too. Or maybe I'll just start it and see if it does well. I don't know. I don't have any plans for showing that right now, but I just don't want to show a bunch of repeat content unless that's something you guys actually want. So talk to me in the comments about that. Just let me know what direction you prefer, and I'll bear that in mind. I've struggled a bit with sunflowers, and that's why I'm pretty excited about this tutorial I have coming out, because I show how you can get, well, several different types. You know, there's several different ways to create a sunflower, and I think it's good when you can see the variety of ways, and then maybe you prefer one over the other, or you know, it inspires ideas for you to try on your own that are your very own invention, and that's pretty cool. You know, sometimes you just need a little, if you're like me, you just need an idea from somewhere, and then it spurs like into all these other ideas and stuff that's like my own idea. It just needed to be a little inspired. So I think right now I'm just going in to put little dots into the centers of the sunflowers, and I believe later I go in and actually cover these up, because I don't like, they were very light, and at this point I went, this painting does not have good contrast, so I went and added black, but I think that wasn't quite the save all at the end of the painting that I had hoped it would be. It happens, you know, not a big deal. Like I said, this one already has a home, and you know, the lady who got it was very excited about it, so I'm happy about that. And sometimes when I'm piping small things, I just don't even bother using a tip, because if you just snip barely the smallest little tip off of the piping bag, you can still get a pretty uniform flow, I guess, dot. It's not quite as perfectly circular as the writing tips. Like, I think there's a 1 and a 3, I want to say. Wilton 1 and 3, I think, are both circles. And the 1 is really tiny and the 3 is a little bit bigger. But those are perfect circles, and this is not quite a perfect circle, but it's pretty close. And honestly, sometimes I just don't want to wash out extra tips, so I just do it this way instead. Well, I hope you guys like this video. I know it's not top quality, but I wanted to share some of my older footage too and give it the respect it deserves. And then, you know, we're gonna get to a part where I'm just gonna be uploading very nice quality videos, and that time is here. But, you know, I still have some older footage, so I'm gonna release that as well. And it's not horrible, it's just not the best. And I'm actually still going to be using my old phone, but I'm going to be using it to get different angles so that I can give you a lot more in-depth tutorial material than before. And that really excites me. I already tested several different angles, and I think you guys are going to appreciate it, because it takes you down to the point of view that I think you guys would really appreciate when you're trying to learn how to do these techniques. Top down sometimes is the only way I can get it, just based off of having only one camera. But times are a-changin', folks. Good things are coming. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but I think I might be adding some brightening up, like fluorescent colors, because I went, wait a minute, I need more pizzazz. This thing looks not very good. Yeah. And I didn't even manage to get a good video of this one outside in the sunlight, which is the only place that my phone actually takes good, well, my old phone actually takes good videos. So I don't actually have a better video, but I put one in the back that I had taken from indoors, and the colors just don't pop like they would have outside. But, you know, if you like it, thanks for your kindness. I appreciate it. If you don't like it, me either. You know, that's all right. But I will see you guys in another video, and we will be seeing lots and lots of new content coming from me soon. Have a wonderful day. Have a good time painting, and I will talk to you later.